everyone, RG here and welcome back to another Sims 4 spill build. In this video, this spill build is gonna be a fixer-upper of the original house of the Goth family in the Sims 4 game. For those of you who don't know, this house, the original house called the Ophelia Villa, I hope I said it right, and let's say it's not really in the vibe of the Goth family, the original Goth family from Sims 1, and let's not even talk about the Sims 3, sorry, which of course in that Sims game they had a huge mansion. So the original house in this game is kind of small, I have to say. So I decided by a popular demand by you guys, you really wanted me to create a fixer upper video of the Goth family house or mansion. This house is kind of small to call it a mansion. I'm sorry, but yeah, you really want me to renovate it, to remake it, to remodeling it. So here I am doing it, and I hope you're gonna enjoy it. And by the time you are watching the recreation of the iconic family, the Goth family house. And let's talk about a bit the family itself and a bit about the house itself and the evolution of this family over the years in the Sims franchise. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Goth family is a really iconic family in the game. We have them for quite a long time. Basically from the first game you can find them. The first game, the second game, the third game, and the fourth game, which of course we are playing it right now. The Goth family is around for quite a long time. Now, how long? It's a really interesting question that if you explore the internet a bit, you will find some interesting piece of information. I'm not sure how true they are, but if they are, it's really nice background to add to our family here. Now, the first recorded Goth family member was actually a lady in the medieval era, which is quite a long time back, you can say, and her name was Lady Raven, a dancer Goth. Okay. And that's basically the start of this family. And if you are thinking about it a bit, it's quite interesting because in the world that we live in, especially back in those days, okay, when a lady gets married, she takes the last name of her husband. So the interesting part is, and Goth is the last name of the family. So if it's a lady, she shouldn't have the Goth family as the last name by today's. So it's quite interesting and an interesting point to think about how basically if the first member of the family was a lady, how we still have them today in the game. Put it in mind, it's a nice piece of information to think about it. But anyway, we all know that the Goth family is quite of a weird family in a Gothic look and vibe. They are quite of a loners, and the first game I played was of the Sims, of course, was the second one, the Sims 2. And when I switched from the second game to the third game, the Sims 3, of course, it was quite of a change because the second game, the Goth family had a mansion, but that isn't quite big. But and when I switched to the third game, they had like a huge mansion. Now, yeah, we all know that the Goth family is quite rich. Okay, they are one of the richest family in the game, and I think at some point, I think maybe even at the second game, they had like, I don't know, like 600,000 simoleons is wealth, which is I'm sorry, but 600,000 simoleons in legit way in the game is quite a long time to go, especially if you're starting a Sims by your own. So yeah, that family known as a really rich family. And when we basically started to play the fourth game, which is this one, the change from their huge mansion and a lot of money from the third game to the fourth game was quite a big change, because this house is the original house, not the one that not what you are watching. Yeah, I'm talking about the one before I started remaking it. Is not good looking. I'm sorry. Okay, well, that's my opinion, but I'm comparing it. Okay, I'm comparing it to the original from the Sims 3 game. And it's not really pretty, it's not big, and that was the big disappointment when I first opened the game. Opened the Sims 4 game. I was so hyped. I think one of the first thing I tried to look for is the Goth family, the iconic Goth family house, to see like where they are today in the Sims 4. And when I first noticed this house, it was horrible. Because it was so small. I think this lot is 30 by 40, and it's small, especially if you are comparing it to The Sims 3, which of course they had a 64 by 64 lot with a cemetery, with two garages that you could actually fit 4 cars inside. If you like arranged it a bit differently, you could actually fit 4 cars in those 2 garages. They had a cemetery, they had a backyard, and a like hangout for a group area. I'm not even sure what was it. It was like fire pit or something like that, with chairs around it, so they could hang out over there at the evening. And it was a creepy house, but it was big, impressive house, unlike this house. So that was the idea when I approached this project. I really wanted to bring the glory of the Goth family into this house. So I actually had to take a bit of the house down in order to fit some of the stuff of the iconic stuff of the Goth family from previous game. And I took some of the house down, and on this area I created a cemetery. And I think that it is much better than the original house, as the devs gave us the house when the Sims 4 game first launched. Let me know, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I think at the end, the overall look of the new remodeling that I made right here is a bit better than what they gave us. And I think that's the house that they should have brought us when the game just launched. And especially if they were not even planning to create the Goth family house on a bigger size lot, just like the Sims 3 game had them. Now let's talk about the family itself. The family itself, we all know they are a bit loners. They love to hang out in the house. In the original house, fun fact, the Goth family does not have a TV. And because we are living in 2019, even the Sims in the game living in the 2019, we all need a TV. So I decided to bring a TV into this house. You're more than welcome to take it out if you don't want them to to stick their head into the screen every time they are a bit not happy. And that's really weird part, but actually, when your Sims is in sad mood, like the happiness bar is on red, if you'll go, the fun bar is on the red point. If you go and give it a good watch on a TV, on a really a good quality TV, the bar will go super high back to super fun. Like he is having a great time. So that's the only reason why I placed the TV over there, because that's the fastest way to bring your sim from a sadness to fully happy. Okay, you can of course take it down if you want to be more of the original Goth family house, but that's up to you. But the family itself, we all know Bella Goth, which I think. And I really want to know about your adventure in the Sims game. But I remember that the first time I saw her on Sims 3, and I think all of us done it. So let me know if you did, because it will be funny. We all made and created a male, handsome character, and then we all went to find Bella Goth, which wasn't really hard to find her. She was the beautiful lady in red dress and black hair, and we all tried to make her break up with her husband, right? Don't tell me you never tried it. Break up with her husband and try to marry her. But the funny part was that I created a young adult man, and she, at that time of the game, in the game, she was actually a adult. So when she reached the elder stage, my sim was only an adult one. So it was kind of a weird picture to see my sim, which was a adult with brown hair or a blonde or whatever he was, and to see Bella Goth with a gray hair. That was a funny part, and I really want to hear from you guys if you ever done it. Don't lie, I think you did. But anyway, let's jump a bit more to this design. As you can see, I was trying to keep the original colors of the Goth family house, and they used a lot of black and brown and a gray and red or crimson, whatever you want to call that dark red color. And the most challenging part when I recreated this design was not, and hear me out, was not to give this new look, this new remodeling, a feeling of a vampire house. And the line between a gothic house to a vampire house is really thin, okay? And the reason for that is that if you guys go and check about the Goth family, you will see that the main color on their house, on the outside of the house, is not even black, okay? It's gray. It's few types of gray, okay? And that's the small line that you need to keep in mind when you are like remodeling the Goth family house. Because if I'll go too hard on the black or too hard on the dark red or stuff or color like that, and lamps on the walls with with candles on them, in no time you will have basically a vampire layer, and that wasn't the idea when you are creating the Goth family house again, or reshape it, okay? So that was a really challenging part on this design, not to go from Gothic house, from the Goth family house, to a vampire layer, and I think I actually managed to keep the balance between those colors, and at the end, this house stayed is a Goth family house, just a bit more up to date to those days, and not a vampire layer. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me know. I really think that at the end, I actually managed to keep it a Goth family, but a bit more of a modern one, and not a vampire layer. Now, one more piece of information that I just read about it on the internet, and maybe you know it, but I didn't know it, that is they saying that Bella Goth is capable, or was capable in some games, was capable of creating magic. She was one of the Sim that can do some magic stuff. I'm not quite sure if how much is that true. I never seen it, and I never done it as playing basically the husband of Bella Goth, and then being able to control her. But if you ever saw that happen, let me know if it's true, because it's really interesting, especially if we are gonna get a Magic Realm expansion stuff pack soon into the game. I wonder if that piece of information is true, if there is some connection between the new Magic Realm staff pack and to the Goth family. That's interesting. Anyway, let's talk about few last thing about this design. We are getting closer and closer to the end of this week video, and I hope you all having a great time watching this remodeling, this fixer upper video that I created for you. And if you do not forget to show your support by hitting the like button. Share the video with your friends and as much as you can with people. Let them know that there is a new Goth family house in town for them to enjoy and get it. And if you are new here, more than consider subscribing to the channel for future videos. Every week I'm publishing 1 to 2 new videos of spill builds, fixer uppers, tutorials. You're more than welcome to check out. I have a lot of a playlists for you to check them out, so make sure to do it. And of course, this design, this house is already in the gallery for you to download and enjoy it. I think I named it Goth Family Fixer Upper, so you just need to type that in the search area or go and follow me on the gallery itself. So you will know the second I upload those stuff into the gallery. So you're more than welcome to go and get yourself this design. Now, by the way, the previous video that I made a starter home that is rock bottom home for Sims that wish to start from zero. I published, of course, the design itself on the Twitter first, and then, of course, I upload the design to the gallery. So you're more than welcome to go and check it out and even start from zero. Start from the rock bottom in the Sims 4 game, and I hope you enjoy that design too. And by the way, that rock bottom lot cost only 15,000. That's insane. I know. You want to know how? Go and check it. And a lot of people, even on Twitter, really liked it. And I saw some people saying that they wish to renovate it and like fixing it because I created it as a really broken house. So you're more than welcome, and I would love to see you making it. So you're more than welcome to go and see and get yourself that house and fix it and upload the fixed lot to the gallery. And I would love to see it. So make sure to hashtag me in your tweets, so it will pop up for me when I'm visiting Twitter. And of course, make sure to follow me on Twitter, because that's the first place I'm actually doing sneak peeks of my creation and stuff. So you will see and know before everyone else. So yeah, we are getting closer and closer to the end of this video, and let's talk a bit more about the end product of this. Of course, as I said, this design is already at the gallery for you to download and enjoy it. And at the end, this house ended up as a two rooms house with one big bathroom. And actually, it's not really 2 rooms, it's 3 rooms, because you have the upper area, of which is at the end you have a piano and you have a place that you can search the net, and of course you can need to buy the computer, because the original Goth family don't really have electronics. I already explained why they do have in this house a TV, but the original one don't. But yeah, at the end of this beautiful bridge, you have another area that is kinda a room, so you can count it as 3 rooms. But it's not really an area that you can sleep, but it is like a working area, a working room. So yeah, it ends up is 2 rooms. You have the master bedroom on the 2nd floor, and you have the third floor, which had, on the original design, they had a room. I think it was a room for a kid, but because I wasn't quite sure what to make with that room, I wasn't sure if you guys would love it to be a gym or would love it to be a kid room. And if it's a kid, I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. That's actually one of the biggest problem each time I'm creating stuff. So I decided to keep it as an empty one, and you're more than welcome to add to this room whatever you wish it to be. a kid room, a girl room, a boy room, or I don't know, even a gym. It will be your decision, so I kept it as a empty room. That's it. We are at the end of this video. I hope you all had a great time. I had a blast making this. It was challenging because it's not really my niche, but I had a blast and I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time. And until the next time, keep that Sims Gothic party going for me. RGR Gaming, signing off.